Hey everybody, Richard Neese here with Weichert Realtors and Space Place. We appreciate you guys tuning in to the Real Estate Rundown. Dominic Gill is taking care of the audio and video over there.
I went to go and test to go and check the audio coming through in the feed.
Yeah,
and
you're
checking
checking it, right? We appreciate you guys tuning in. Mary, Nick Lee, Catherine Neese, Holly Taylor, Teresa Gill, Laura Wilkie, thank you guys so much. Please like, please share, please comment. The Real Estate Rundown is a way for us to help good people get to a better place. We want to give you guys the information, whether you're a buyer, you're a seller, you're a real estate junkie, you want to buy, you're an investor, whatever the case might be. We want to give you that information, make you better at that. And the way that we do that is by bringing experts on. And today's expert we have is Jenny Parker with Fairway Mortgage.
Hello, thank you for having me on tonight.
Absolutely. We appreciate you coming on. We're going to be talking a little bit about first-time home buyer loans, pre-approvals, the whole 9 yards. But Dominic, are we good on everything?
We're good.
We're good.
We're good.
Okay. So we got Carla Clay and Kerry Watson, Brian Hancock. Nick Lee says, "Hi guys, long time. How are things?" We're doing good, brother. We're doing good. I need to swing by and see you still up at Lowe's. Have you seen them up there lately?
Yes, I have.
Well, good. I guess I hadn't been in there lately. So like I said, we appreciate you guys tuning in. One of the most important steps in the process of home buying is obviously getting approved for a loan. I know a lot of people have some anxiety about doing that. I'll have people call me or send me a message on Facebook, and they want to go out and look at houses, and they want to make sure that everything's right. They find the perfect house before they get pre-approved. But really the first step should be to call you, right?
Absolutely, absolutely.
So as far as the pre-approval goes, how does that process go? I mean, if I send a client to you and they say, "Hey, I have no idea what's going on with this. I want to buy a house, but I don't know where to start." What do you guys do on that?
I first want them they can come in person. We can do the application over the phone or online, whatever's easiest for them, and get them in and look at their income, look at their assets, check their credit.
Yep.
And if they're not where they need to be, we have experts to help get them to where they need to be on their credit
Sure.
score.
So when they make that first call, I mean, do they need to have stuff? Well, let me take a step back. I didn't give you a proper introduction, let folks know who you are. Tell us a little bit about you and your company and what you guys do.
Okay, I'm Jenny Parker with Fairway Independent Mortgage. My NMLS is 198240.
That's important.
That's
She
important.
had to get that in there. So.
I'm a Decatur native. I work in the Decatur office and the Madison office, but I can meet you at another location if that is better for you. I'm an avid runner, so tonight I was running with my church group. We have a Run for God class, so that might explain why I look a little bit red.
Yeah, she actually ran all the way here from Decatur. Her vehicle isn't even outside. She's running back here in a few minutes.
I'm training for an ultra run.
That's right. How long have you been how long have you been a mortgage broker, loan officer? What's
Loan
that?
officer. We are actually mortgage bankers. We're not a broker. That's different to us. A mortgage broker doesn't have money. They lend other people's money. We lend our money, so it closes in the name of Fairway.
Okay.
And so you're not going to get to the closing table and there not be any money. We're gonna close it in our name.
So we got a few people jumping on here. Miss Kathy Gray, Rob Cook, Kim Haynes. Thank you guys. Hey, Miss Kathy, we thank you for tuning in. Please share, please like, please comment. We want to make sure we're answering the questions you guys have. If you have a question for Jenny about the loan process, about the type of loans they have, or just in general, you want to ask her something about that, just please comment. Or after the show, you can always Facebook message us and we can get that to her, or you can call her and we'll give out all your information here in a little bit. All right, so my folks have called you and they don't have their W-2s. They don't really know what their income is per se. So what's some guidance you can tell folks so that they can be a little bit more prepared when they make that first phone call?
If they're a W-2 employee, not self-employed, and they get a pay stub and they have pretty regular hours, we can make some pretty broad assumptions if they usually work 40 hours a week and we have a pay stub.
Okay.
That'll give us a pretty good idea of what their income is.
Right.
It gets a little trickier if they're self-employed and they have a lot of business expenses, but just on a regular W-2 employee, a pay stub will give us enough information to get a pretty good solid application.
Okay, and that's going to give you a good idea. Now, a lot of times we'll talk about pre-qual and pre-approval. Do you guys do both of those, or do you just one? So explain a little bit about what the differences are on that.
A pre-qualification, you're going to talk to me, give me some information, and I'm going to qualify pretty much based on what you tell me. So it is junk in, junk out. If you don't give me good information, I'm not going to have a really good solid pre-approval or pre-qualification.
Right.
But if you bring me pay stubs, W-2s, we don't always need W-2s, but if you bring me really good solid information, we can actually send that to the underwriter and have a pre-approval before you find a property.
That's incredible. And I know you were telling me a story before, bragging a little bit, which is good. It's okay. You were talking about how quickly you guys can get you're already pre-approved. Once you've done that, how quickly you can get to the closing table. And what were you saying, like seven business days?
Oh
my goodness.
And he was not pre-approved. He came in
wow.
and found a house, and it fell through, and he found another one very quickly, and 7 business days later, which, by the way, is legally as soon as you can close. We closed his loan.
I learned something today.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that was the fastest you could do it, but
yes.
I mean that makes sense. You got to have time to do a few things, and there's so many regulations you guys and hoops you've got to jump through to make sure that happens. So 7 business days is pretty dang good. I mean, you actually had. I know sometimes they do inspections prior to contract and some other things. This was the whole process, including the appraisal, right?
Absolutely, yes.
That's pretty incredible. We got several people jumping on here: Robert Swihart, David Wiggins, Kelly Smith, Francis Gill, Amanda Schultz. Thank you guys. Please like, please comment, please share. We're talking about getting approved for loans. And did you mention that you guys have an app for that as well?
I have an app.
Because I know you said they could come up and they could talk to you in person, and they can bring stuff, or they can scan stuff and send it to you, like W-2s, tax returns, things like that.
If you download my app, you can actually take pictures of your documents,
and
it will go directly to your e-folder.
That makes it pretty easy. And I know everybody has a different technology level. I mean, Dominic's back there. He's got about 15 phones going off and things like that. And me, I'm good with just one phone. I'm happy with that. But so that makes it a lot easier for the millennials if you're good with technology. Or, I mean, there's a lot of older folks that may be good with technology as well and want that ease of access. I know that a lot of companies work in several different states. Do you do that as well, or are you guys just work in Alabama?
We are licensed in all 50 states. I'm licensed personally in Alabama and Tennessee, and Diane, my partner in the office, is licensed in Alabama and Florida.
Okay.
But we can refer it to any of the other states.
Sure, yeah. And you guys are a national company then?
Correct.
Okay,
That's
so
correct.
do you have a lot of locations throughout the Southeast?
Yes, we do. We have about 4,000 loan officers.
Holy cow, yeah. That's a pretty good bit there. All right, so back to we're talking through the pre-approval process. So they've given you all this information, and I'm not looking at houses with them yet because we want to make sure that when we find that house, we can put an offer in and close in 7 days. 7 business days, right? That's what we want to be able to do. So after that, let's say that it's not quite as fast. You were talking about some things with USDA loans and things like that you might have to go a little bit further to verify funds, and we're saying seasoning income or something like that?
Seasoning your deposit.
Okay, so you guys are full service on that stuff. So if I'm calling up there and we're trying to work through that process, am I talking to you? Am I talking to somebody else? How does that work?
You're talking to me.
Okay.
You're talking to me through the whole process. If there's a small question, maybe my processor is missing a bank statement, she may call or email and say, I'm missing page 3 of your bank statement.
Okay.
But I'm your point of contact. You can call me, text me, email me.
And I'll tell you this, I texted you, I think it was a Sunday afternoon, trying to get somebody to talk to you, and it seems like you're like, hey, I'm getting off a plane right now, and then within 15 minutes you were calling us back and we're getting something set up. So she means it. I mean, she's available for you and ready. She wants to help you get through that process. All right, let's talk a little bit about the loan types that you guys offer. We cover a wide range of folks. Hey, Kim, we appreciate you getting on here. Thank you so much. So I've got clients in Coleman. I've got clients in Nashville and Madison. What sort of products do you guys offer just in general?
In general, we're going to, of course, offer your USDA, which is for the rural areas, VA, which is the 100% for a veteran,
right?
FHA, which is a 3.5% down program, and we can also combine that with a bond program, which will allow them to borrow 3% of that 3.5%.
Now, is that the Alabama Housing Authority?
It
or is that
yes,
okay?
That's Alabama Housing, and then they also offer a 97% conventional loan with a 3% down payment, which makes it a true 100% program.
I got you. So what about Dominic over there? He's ready to buy his third lake house. Do you guys do that sort of thing as well, as far as investment properties or things like that?
Investment property.
I can't afford it.
Investment properties, second homes. We do all of those. We can actually finance up to a fourplex. So we can do a single, double, duplex, or a fourplex.
Up to a fourplex, okay. And then do you guys have a commercial division for more of that, that somewhere in the southeast, or is that something that you guys refer to somebody else?
We will just partner with a local bank.
That makes sense, and that's a good partnership to have, because a lot of times you'll have banks that offer thousands or hundreds of products and aren't really good at any of them. I would rather have people that do 5, 6 types of loans and are very good at all those things. So it works out pretty well. We talked about USDA, which most folks don't realize. There's a misnomer of first-time homebuyer loans, and typically what folks are talking about are low down payment loans.
Right.
I know that in the Coleman area you can get a USDA loan. Is there anything else that you guys do that will help folks with that low down payment in other areas?
The bond loan will allow them to 0.5% down, or
is that region specific, or
anywhere.
is that anywhere in
That's
Alabama?
anywhere. There's an income cap of $97,300 for the whole family. So that's the only income restriction, but there's no geographical restriction on that.
Okay. Can you explain a little bit about what that is? Because I know a lot of folks may be confused, because really it's a 96.5% loan, right? It's FHA loan, and then they give you a second mortgage on that?
Right.
Is that right?
Yeah. So you're borrowing 3% of that 3.5% requirement.
Okay.
So you actually have to put 0.5% of your own money down on that one, or we can actually do a 97% conventional loan and a 3% bond second mortgage, and it's a true 100% loan. Mm-hmm.
And is that unique to you guys, or is that
no?
Okay. That's something I definitely need to look into, especially for areas outside of that USDA realm, because Coleman County is an easy one, but once you start getting into Morgan and Madison, you're just not going to have that ability.
Right.
And there's still people that may not make that income or may not have the ability to save up, but they're in a rent situation where maybe they're paying $300-$400 more than they would if they bought. And this is a good time to do that, especially before the rates go up.
Right.
Didn't you want to talk about rates?
I did want to talk about rates a little bit.
Okay.
Just that they are up 7/8 of what they were this time last year. So they are moving upward.
Okay.
Today, I subscribed to an expert, and he said it was an alert to on a locking bias. He anticipates more movement upward in the rates. And
basically what that means is if the rate goes up, you're buying less house for the same amount of money.
Right.
So you want to be able to. Do we got some comments on there? Okay, I missed some of that. I think that Miss Kathy said, I work for a local top realtor. Did you say 7 days? 7 business days?
We have, yes.
Yeah, that's incredible. Now, one of the things that Brenda Elliott, my broker, was talking about with you guys was a claim that you guys said that you didn't close late on a deal in the whole last year. Is that right?
Ben, our manager from Birmingham, came up and said we do not close late. He has a zero tolerance for closing late.
That's incredible. I'll tell you one thing I liked about him coming up and talking, and this is something, Kathy's my office manager, or I'm sorry, my personal assistant, and what she does a transaction management for me, and we have time set up every week to call the lenders, and that's something I guess Ben is real. He stresses that is weekly calls to make sure everybody is informed. Is
every Tuesday we call the listing agent, the buying agent, and the customer and give them an update. Tell them where their loan is in process, and that is a non-negotiable.
Somebody jumped on here you may know. Do you know Jeremy Jones? He's an agent.
I do know Jeremy Jones, the dog trainer, or Jeremy Jones, the other one? There's two Jeremy Jones.
The principal at Decatur Heritage. Yeah,
okay.
he's a realtor as well.
Okay, well there's two Jeremy Jones realtors.
I got
so,
you.
yeah.
Really, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Well,
One's a
learn
dog
something,
trainer.
everybody. Well, we've got Tim Knox that just jumped on here. Aaron Ayers, thank you guys so much. Please like, please share, please comment. We want to help good people get to a better place. We want to give you guys the information necessary to become a better home buyer. There may be some loan types that you haven't heard about. I've actually had one of my videos, a guy, he called me, it's been about a year ago, and he said the information that we gave on the show, he told one of his friends, and they actually got a loan based off the information we gave them. So that made that person a home buyer. And that, for me, that's part of the American dream. If you can buy a home, it establishes you in the community, and that's how we want to help people every day. That's the goal. We got Marianne Kelly on here. Thank you. Kayla Holland, Carolyn Riddle, Philip Mann, tons of folks getting on here. Thank you guys so much. Please like, please share, please comment. So we've gone over several types of products that you guys have. Now the real question. I didn't brief you on this one. Why did you start, or how did you start, and why, or what do you do what you do?
I started with a temp job, so I completely fell into the job.
Okay.
And
well, that's okay. God puts us in places, right?
Yes.
So that kind of stuff happens.
I had had a little family tragedy. My sister passed away, and I felt like I needed to be home where my parents were.
Right.
And so I threw everything into storage and moved back home to Decatur, Alabama, and started at a bank as a temp.
Wow.
And then my manager recognized some talent.
That's pretty cool.
And I've been doing it since 2001. So.
Well, great. What's your favorite part of the whole process? Because we talk about bringing customers in and really empowering them to show them they can do this. Obviously, everybody is happy when we close. Not only do we get paid, but more importantly, people get to get that home or sell that home so they can move to the next place. What's your favorite part of the whole process?
I had a lady whose house had burned to the ground, and she rebuilt it, and it was a family home, and she had been living in it. She was afraid she couldn't get a loan. She was buying out her family's interest. And when she was able to get that loan, she came over to bring her paperwork, and she hugged me, and she said, "You mean I'm actually going to be able to get my home?"
That's awesome.
So that was really a good experience.
It's nice when the talents that God gives you allows you to help more people, and that's what we talk about on a daily basis. Not only do we do the real estate rundown to give folks information, we talk about entrepreneurship, we talk about motivation stuff. We've had nonprofits come on. I mean, we want to impact more people's lives, and that's not just through selling homes. That's not just through giving loans. I mean, it's really the community and helping each other. That's what we want to be doing. Isn't that right, Dominic?
Absolutely.
Yeah, he agrees 100%. Amy McWana, Emily Gardner, Patrick Drake, Wade Harbison, thank you guys for getting on here. We're closing out the end of the show. Was there anything you want to tell the folks before you tell them how they get a hold of you?
Call me. I will take good care of you. If you're not where you need to be, I will help you get where you need to be. We have a credit department that will walk you through how to get those extra points. So if you
What's
will,
the number to get you on?
256-476-0496.
All right.
We appreciate you guys tuning in. I hope you guys have a great night.
Thank you.